to work in surgical intensive care unit at Marshall University Medical Center in Huntington, West Virginia. TJ?
Good afternoon, everyone. Like Mrs. Gomez said, my name is TJ Young. Let me begin by saying that I am humbled, honored, and grateful to have been selected by my peers and the faculty to speak at this ceremony. Thank you to them for this opportunity, as well as to all of you for gathering to share this special day with us. Also previously introduced and here in attendance are two men that I've been fortunate enough to share many meals and countless conversations with over the last 4 years. Father Graham and Father Bischoff, or Father B, as he's better known. I know I'm not alone in saying that you two make an incredible impact on the Xavier experience. You're appreciated by not only the now former students here in attendance, but to the entire student body as a whole, or saints, as Father B might call us. I will confess, today is not the first pinning ceremony I have ever attended. It's actually my third. In 1996, I attended my mother's, and in 2000, my father's. I am incredibly blessed to have such amazing nursing role models to look up to as I begin my career. Thank you for being your patients' heroes at work and mine at home. I also want to thank the rest of my family for attending today. I could not have gotten through the last 4 years without all of your various forms of love and support. When I sat down to start writing this speech, I began to reflect on our time in the nursing program here at Xavier. I know that many of you were like me and that you didn't really know what you were getting yourself into. I think back to ways of knowing and health and culture where we were introduced to the concept of holistic nursing. I think back to the beginning of sophomore year where we learned those fundamental skills. It went something like, day one, let's take it slow, go over the syllabus, learn how to make a bed. Day two, we spent an entire day learning how to wash our hands and then take vital signs. Then on day three, we had 5 chapters to read, 3 hours worth of the care plan, a trip to the hospital to get our patient assignments, do a case study, maybe 2, learn all the meds you're giving for the next day, schedule advising for the following semester, and start preparing for the NCLEX that was just a short 3 years away. I don't think the pace of day 3 ended until senior week. Now that we've reached the end of our 4-year journey, I think back to the numerous first steps we've taken and experienced together. It all started in August of 2011 on the first day of Manresa, saying goodbye to our families and friends as we began this journey. Then over the next few weeks, months, and years, our class in a way came together as we took these first steps together. So I see it fitting to take a few moments to reflect on some of these firsts. The first semester of nursing school with anatomy and physiology. The first simulation you felt unprepared for and overwhelmed in. The first exam you had to study your hardest for. The first clinical, and what a special day that was. It was the first time we took care of real people with real issues. It was the first time dealing with urine, loose bowels, sweat, vomiting, and difficulty breathing. And that was just us before we walked in. The first assessment you ever did. The first injection you gave, or the first IV that you started. The first time you helped with a natural birth or a C-section, and you saw a tiny human being take the first breaths of their lives. The first time you cried with or about a patient. The first time you experienced or witnessed the death of a patient or their grieving family. The first time you realized that as a nurse, you have the opportunity to make an impact every single day. And whether it's positive or negative is entirely up to you. The first time your patient's smile made you smile. And the first time a patient said thank you, and in a moment during a crazy clinical day, you remembered why you wanted to be a nurse. I think it's safe to say that it takes a special person to be a nurse. No, let me change that. It takes a determined person to be a nurse. It takes a special person to be a great one. To be a nurse is to truly believe, accept, and practice a philosophy of service to our patients. It has now officially become our duty to serve patients with all of our passion, our whole hearts, and entire minds. Those that think that piece of paper you get tomorrow or in June, whenever they send it to you, is what gives you the title of nurse are wrong. That piece of paper is not what provides peace of mind to those we serve. Only we can offer that. Part of what makes Xavier University a special place to study nursing is the intentional focus on the development of the entire person. A Jesuit education is often identified by cura personalis, which means care of the whole person. This is fundamental to our most trusted profession. It means that we don't just view the patient in terms of their physiology, medications we give, or abnormal lab values, but as a human being with real emotions and real needs. We must master the science aspect of nursing, but also develop that ability to read patients, respond to unspoken needs, and create a trusted bond with them during moments of uncertainty and vulnerability. Much of what makes a great nurse runs parallel to what Xavier has offered us: the opportunity to learn how to be men and women for and with others, using our knowledge as service to others. So to bring this to an end, thank you all for attending this ceremony today. If you're sitting in those chairs out there, chances are you had a hand in one of these graduating nurses making it to this day. Whether it came in the form of being on the receiving end of a teary-eyed phone call, letting us vent to you about our stress levels, or just giving us some much-needed encouragement along the way, from the very apex of our hearts, we thank you. To my fellow graduates, let's go forth and set the world on fire. Whether you're moving to a foreign country, back home, or somewhere else new, working with babies, kids, or adults, on a med-surg or telemetry floor, the ER, ICU, or even a doctor's office PRN eval, I'm confident that we are all capable of changing the world, one patient at a time. So good luck, and may the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again.